We are joined now live on the programme by consumer and retail expert Kate Hardcastle. Morning, Kate. This is terrible timing, isn't it?
It really is, Sally. It's not just the fact that we're hearing about these shoppers who've had their click and collects cancelled, which were long planned, or indeed those who've been in store and not there being able to access the discounts or the special value through these reward schemes. It's a sheer time of year. Around Christmas, we spend about 20% more on our grocery shop. So you can imagine it's busy times. The stores feel full and quite overwhelming. And then if you've got to deal with something that's unplanned on top of all of this extra pressure, it's a real challenge for customers, and particularly those who are budget sensitive. We know it's been another challenging year for many shoppers. And when we see people saving up loyalty schemes or saving in points to use at this time of year for that increased shop, it's very difficult for them. And there might not be a plan B if they can't access what they've been offered.
So what kind of an impact might this have on consumer confidence?
Yes, you're completely right to point that out. It's something that will be not very quickly forgotten into the new year. Morrisons have got to do everything they can to try and work with the customer and look like they're being available. We've heard this morning there are extra discounts and that there's additionally some pricing that's been open to everyone within stores. But we've also heard from some shoppers that they were basically not given any information about this challenge until they got to checkout, until they got to till point. So that then really does enhance the frustration the challenge caused, not just for the shoppers themselves, but also the store workers who are having to deal with this on the front line. I think it's about trying to lean in, doing as much as they can, being very honest about it, and also trying to highlight the fact that what availability there is in store. Simple fact is, a lot of our banking, our grocery stores, they are built on kind of legacy IT systems, which can really get impacted at sensitive times of year when there's extra pressure, or planning to try and open up certain channels that just haven't maybe been tested as well. So we do hear about these tech challenges through the year. It's just this time of year where Morrisons have been really exposed. And I think it's about trying to understand into the new year how they can really work with their loyal customers to make up for this.
And Kate, it just shows you how many people do rely on loyalty schemes.
It really does. It's been another challenging year for many consumers. We've seen all our grocery stores really lean into value. That's why we've seen the rise of the discount brands, the value brands like Aldi and Lidl. And I think we've got consumers who have really had a different education when it comes to loyalty cards from the grocery stores. They used to just be about rewards and point collection. A lot of them now are a gateway to a better price point. And if we're going to see retailers implement these systems where you can only access a certain price through the schemes, then you absolutely have to make sure they're watertight, because at this time of year particularly, if we're spending 20% more per household on average at this time of year, we're really going to need to lean into any benefit that we can get. If you add into that the emotional raw as well, it's much known through many research pieces that consumers just feel the emotional strain and pressure at this time of year. It's that in addition to everything else that the struggle is. So all I can really say to anyone watching or listening today is that, you know, the top of any shopping list will be you and your company. So if you don't get what you do want, there are other products in store if you've been left without. Just switch to something else and try and, to focus on the positives of the day, because we can sometimes ourselves as consumers get a little bit overrun with the idea of it all and perfection. And certainly in my household, there's no such thing as a perfect Christmas lunch.
Absolutely right, Kate. Lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. And I should just say, Morrisons have given us a statement. They say for click